Alright, I just got into the yard of collect garbage for fun, and I figured, you know what, Ace Sanitation, I'll link their, or I'll put their channel on the screen right now. Ace Sanitation has inspired me to do this, although I'm not an IRL garbage man or a garbage truck operator. I am a garbage truck game operator. Alright, continuing on. So right now I am doing recycling. For Premiere, and this ride along is going to be based on my, I don't want to say history, but some stories about me, getting to know me better, uh, in a safe way, as I'm not going to be sharing too much information about myself, because I am posting this out to literally like 8 billion plus users, or people. I mean, YouTube isn't just for 9-year-olds. But, basically, I want to just, sorry if I pause sometimes. I'm just trying to concentrate. Sometimes the bins get a little weird and I have to concentrate on getting them back. But anyways, without further ado, let's begin. So, I haven't talked a lot about this, but I've loved garbage trucks and, everything revolving garbage for a little bit more than 10 years. You can do the math. I'm not going to share my age, but I will just say that. Roughly a bit more than 10 years. I loved it when I was younger, still love it, still like the ins and outs of the, I guess, don't want to say word, but ins and outs of the uh, hobby, I guess I'll call it, that I have of garbage and the trucks. So, I, I was a, so anyways, I wanted to talk about my plans for my future and what I want to do and talk about trucks and things I know, things I found out about, things I don't know quite yet that I could probably get some help on in the comments, and a bit more, and just some quick trivia facts. Let's start off with my plans for the future. When I was little, I could not let go of the fact that I want to be a garbage man. Like, I could not. Like, each day I'd be like, oh, I just want to be 18. I just want to be, an adult so I can get my CDL and get in a garbage truck and just operate it. But what I didn't realize at that time was how hard I didn't know that job was going to be. Obviously, it sounds simple. You reach out, you kind of close the claw, you reach out the arm on your automated truck, you grip a bin, you dump it, and then you put it back down. As much as that sounds simple, it is not. You have to deal with possible malfunctions. You have to deal with, tire pressures. You have to deal with the clog getting stuck. You have to deal with the clog, malfunctioning or something, blowing. Like some trucks have even lit on fire during route. There's actually a video on YouTube where there was a waste management Corrado can that lit on fire. Um, Although I'm not sure to this day what caused it. I imagine it was something with gas or diesel or some kind of fuel like that. But there are complications with garbage trucks. It's not the simple you hop in a truck, like I said, operate the arm and service residents as you're supposed to. It's not that easy. You also have to go through training. You have to learn about blind spots, how to navigate blind spots, how to navigate making sure you're not going to hit cars when you're pulling out of a parking lot, or making sure you're not going to pull out in front of cars unsafely, or at all for that matter. And, like, let's say, you're hidden behind the car, like that. You're hidden behind a car with a truck, trying to service a bin. And you gotta get out of the area safely to service the next house, or next customer. You gotta know the ways of the road. It's like driving. You don't just hop in a car, turn the steering wheel, hit the gas pedal as hard as you can, and stop. No, you gotta train. You gotta be a certain age to get your license. Like that, you know? But regarding the CDL, it doesn't 100% mean you're gonna get in. Obviously, there are multiple companies that are looking to hire garbage men. Garbage men are getting a little bit more common since it's a better paying job and pretty easy. It's not like insurance where you have to deal with numbers and calculations and different mathematical formulas and insurance policies and whatever junk they have to deal with. It's not like that, but it's also got its own complications. But I don't want to keep beating a horse or uh, beating a dead horse because I've already touched on the same topic about 5 times now. But my point is, I guess, in TLDR, or I shouldn't say TLDR, this ain't a book. If you fast forward a little bit and got to this point, I'll just tell you what basically I said. My plan is to be a CDO, certified garbage truck driver, servicing customers as best as I can, learning the ways of the road in the truck, servicing and, you know, working for people to make sure the world stays cleaner and greener, kind of like WM claims to do, but when literally most of them just leave a mess on around the garbage barrel. But anyways, I don't want to poo-poo on WM a whole lot right now, especially since I'm basically premier dumping a WM garbage bin or recycling bin. But that's one thing. Facts. No, I'm not. Excuse me. I'm not 100% sure on this, but there's a lot of people who get rid of at least a couple tons of waste, garbage and recycling. Garbage typically is a lot more tonnage because most garbage is heavy. Now, understandably, recycling is heavy if it's a heavy, thick cardboard box. If it's a bunch of glass bottles getting melted, or if it's a bunch of aluminum cans, bunch of this, bunch of that, bunch of paper, whatever. But typically, garbage is classified as heavier because it's more compact, and it's typically stored in a bag and contained like it should be. So, the average human, I'm not sure how much tonnage we get rid of each year, but I'm sure it's quite a bit. Another fact is garbage trucks have been around for like a century now. They haven't been this good. They haven't had an automated arm. Like most of them, 100 years ago, in fact, almost all of them 100 years ago had a basket in the front. They were kind of like a front loader. They had a basket or like a trout in front of the truck, and they lift it up and they put it in this giant hole in the top of the truck. And then it would lead into like a giant container base where garbage would be stored and then hauled to a certain area called a landfill. At the time, they probably called it something else. So, you have that. For the ride along and the rest of this video, I want to just talk about companies and my opinions on them. Let's start off with Waste Management. When I was younger, I thought Waste Management was the best company ever because it was a lot more popular, a lot more common, a lot more, known. It's still the biggest garbage company out there. Granted, there's other garbage companies that are popular, like Republic Services, GFL, what else? We have Waste Pro, Waste Connections, we have Pellitteri. Pellitteri is kind of more common in the Midwest, I think. We have the other company that I think is pretty popular, has been probably not as popular anymore, but probably would have been Allied Waste. understandably, Allied Waste I think was Republic Services, but I'm not entirely sure. But let's start off anyways with my opinion on Waste Management. Waste Management, when I was younger, I thought it was the best company ever because I saw it more and I saw more trucks and they thought they were all cool. What I didn't know is a lot of employees kind of suffered with their schedules. Now, don't get me wrong, some waste management subdivisions or divisions, yards, and stations, or I should say centers, or headquarters, whatever. Some of them are nicer than others, like every other company. Some GFO yards and stations and centers, headquarters, are better than others. It depends where you are. Not every place you're gonna work at for the same company is gonna be better or worse than the other one. GFL. I was not a fan of GFL until they came in contract with the Midwest a bit more. So to say that I liked them when I was younger kind of isn't true. I saw them a little bit just doing yard waste stuff on YouTube. That was about it. So they're a pretty good company. I like them. They're cool. Whatever. Republic Services I saw a lot when I was younger too. I thought they were a good company. Some areas with Republic Services aren't the best because of some of them going on strike, some of them doing this, some of them do that. Whatever it is. Waste Pro, Warsaw Common in Florida. I think. I feel like they're cool. They've done a good job with cleaning up and servicing customers. Don't really have a whole lot to say about them. Nor Waste Connections. Waste Connections is just a cool company. That's about it. There's only a few companies that I'm more familiar with and actually like than a variety of companies that I actually respect. Pellitteri is actually one I found out when I was first watching It's Me Adi. He filmed a lot of Pellitteri videos, which were really cool and are really cool. Oh, and Midwestern Boys. I'll leave these channels on or in the description because it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to have them on the screen than just in the description. But Midwestern Boys used to film Ray's Trash Service until they got bought out. The contract with this area got bought out by Waste Management, sadly. They were a cool company. Cool to watch. Different trucks. A bit older. A bit more interesting to watch, but still cool. So. But yeah, that's gonna be the wrap for the ride along, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I probably won't be making videos for the next few days since I tossed a bunch out within the last 2 to 3 days, and now this one's gonna get tossed out. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys got a little more knowledge of me and what I like and kind of who I am. Hope you guys let me rephrase that. If you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button. Trying to hit 300 subscribers. And make sure to hit the notifications too so that you don't miss another banger coming out from me. And yeah, that'll be it for today. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being patient if you made it all the way through. And don't just skip to the end part. Now that'd be kind of stupid, but I can't make you not skip all the way to the end of this video. But if you made it all the way through this video, type in, type in a construction worker emoji. Let's do that. So if you made it all the way through, just so that I know how many people are watching all the way through and how many people are enjoying my videos. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. We're out.